The CEO just confirmed on live TV that XRP will be worth more than Bitcoin and that Bitcoin will be worth more than $200,000 by the end of the year. The Federal Reserve has approved the use of XRP for payments, and Ripple has given $10 million to the US federal government to start the process. This was confirmed again by Ripple's CEO. Hey guys, welcome back to today's video on the Crypto Key channel, where we talk about the latest news. Today we have some huge price predictions for XRP, starting with $13.59 per XRP after the announcement of settlement, which might not happen for another 48 hours. This will rise to $157.29 per XRP when it relists on all exchanges, $2,948.34 with the Ripple IPO and bank partners, and $59,238.21 with global CBDC integration. Today, we're paying attention to $29.34 because Ripple's IPO is about to start. In fact, XRP will be released when ProShares Trust's XRP ETF goes public on April 30, 2025. In fact, XRP has already gone through the roof, rising to $50.17 in South Korea on globalized platforms. Of course, this is just the beginning of the huge bull run that will go along with XRP's huge price rise that will take it to over $2,940.34. This video is coming soon, but first we're giving you some free XRP. Every person who watches this movie can get up to $100.00 worth of XRP for free. It only takes 5 minutes. All you have to do is press the like button, subscribe to the channel using your press alerts, and share this video. After that, you need to sign up for Apple using the link in the description and make a transaction. After that, the transaction can be any amount, 1 penny, $1, or $10. But if you use my link in the description and make a transaction, you'll get up to $100.00 that you can use to get more XRP. This is a great chance to make money for free, so I strongly suggest you take it. And the price of XRP could go up or down by tens of thousands of dollars at any time. That being said, let's watch the movie right away. The price of XRP starts the movie at $2.08, then moves to almost $2.09, and ends at about 1.8%. When we talk about XRP, we have to start with this clip, which is also the title of today's video. It proves that the Ripple CEO was right when he said that the price of XRP would go up. Let's go ahead, roll up the clip. Tax rate palooza. We are betting on where the world will be in 3 years. Not what will happen in the next 6 months. I don't know what will happen with the taxes. Would you have bought that thing a year ago? No way. That's right, the attack on the SEC in the US and even on other parts of the Biden government was planned by a lot of different agencies. We're finding that out more and more. The IRS had rules against crypto that didn't make sense, which you already brought up in your opening. It was not even reasonable for banks to hold crypto without having an equal offset to their balance sheet. It doesn't make sense for banks to be involved in this business at all. A real business one, that the government wasn't paying attention to what people were saying, the voter wasn't being heard, or what the voter wanted. Now, everywhere we look, there's a big change. That kind of purchase wouldn't have made sense a year ago, but it does now. That is really cool. When I look at you, I remember, was it 2 or 3 years ago? How long have you been sued for this? The 22nd of December 2020. That's 4.5 years. I asked myself what's going to happen here as we talked. And you're kind of on the edge, right on the edge of this finally going away. Certainly, it's also good for the business as a whole, not just Ripple and XRP. We don't want these jobs to be sent overseas. In the past 4 years, things have been almost the opposite. We believe it is safer to send them to companies in other countries. Is there a lot of staff? Let's make it clear how many people you hire. Since we bought them, we now have about 1,100 employees. That's really amazing. These jobs pay a lot of money. As we've talked about before, there was a time when we hired more people outside of the United States than here at home. This happened during the 4 years that Joe Biden was president. I'd like to hire people here because I'm an American and grew up in Kansas. Some of the best people in the world work here, but it didn't make sense to put money into a market where we couldn't get buyers. We didn't see how banks would gain from a better and easier way to settle payments across borders. These tools can really make things better and help a lot businesses and customer experiences, but we need to be able to give them to these groups. Yeah, I think it was more than 10 years ago that the Winklevoss brothers were turned down for their plan to create an exchange-traded fund ETF that would let people invest in Bitcoin. They were told no straight out, and now there are a lot of them, and an XRP ETF just started this week, right? It hasn't traded live in the US yet, but we've had 11 different requests to let it trade live in the US. It is possible for us to trade outside of the US. People have been waiting a long time for this to happen. It's a step toward making these markets better and more regulated. We paid 1.25 billion baht for what's known as a prime broker when we bought Hidden Road this week. This lets even bigger banks like BlackRock and the biggest Wall Street banks get into the market in a way that makes sense to them, with a safer prime broker to help clear trades and a bigger balance sheet to do that. It's good for the whole business world. So what's your last thought on the trade war? For a while now, people have said that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies were a way to protect themselves from worries about the dollar falling. In fact, Larry Fink said on this network's show about a year ago that it was a hedge against cratering currencies from other countries. That hasn't quite come into play yet, since the dollar has been dropping really quickly over the last 5 or 6 days, however. As of this morning, it was still at a 3-year low against the euro and a 10-year low against the Swiss franc. Crypto is moving higher today, but it's going all over the place. What makes crypto prices go up and down? I wish I had a clear answer to that question. There are many things that affect that market just like any other market. During a time when some of the tariff factors were playing out, it was clear that crypto was doing better than the stock market. But some people thought it would work better, like gold. We're at an all-time high. I think many people are still not sure what will happen with that. I think it will be very clear what this is worth in the long run. Being safe from inflation is what it does. It works like this. The more useful we make the crypto markets, the more value will move into those markets. I'm not sure if you do this, but I'm going to ask you and push you. How much do you want Bitcoin to be worth? As I already said, the founder of Cardano blockchain said that 250,000 would be used by the end of the year. I'll make a guess about Bitcoin. I don't think XRP will happen. It's too near home. But I don't think 200,000 is too much. I think I've said it before. Something like 175. I think most people don't realize how the United States, which has the world's biggest economy, went from strong headwinds to strong tailwinds. And I think people are still not fully calculating how important it is to have the world's largest economy, the world's largest asset managers who used to be shut out or hostile, turn into a friendly market with smart rules that encourage innovation here at home. Okay, I don't need to show you the other clips anymore because you've already seen and heard everything. The XRP ledger use case is what will really take XRP to a whole new level though. And that's what we want to talk about. Binance has confirmed that XRP is worth $600.00. Guys, think about this. The XRP ledger is doing great. So far it's planned to help with $30.00, 50 trillion by the end of 2025, and the Curative Trading Fund Payment Awards Framework, which is run by the CTF Payment Awards token, could reach over $748.50 from $0.55 right now.